Entering system. Morningstar.
Setting course for Heretic's End.
Affirmative.
Some of you are new additions to our expedition. Others have been with us since we set out from Trinity Sanctum. As we approach our destination, allow me a moment for a brief introduction. I, Numunkaret, welcome you in my capacity as commanding officer of this expedition. In our complacency, we treated the gates as an eternal gift from a higher power. We did not make sufficient effort to understand the technology. This is how the galaxy has found itself in this predicament. The Alliance of the Word is a collective of scholars and scientists intent on advancing understanding through cooperation. Word reached us from the Boron of Kingdom End some months ago via the messenger drone network. It seems they may be making some headway with their gate technology experimentation. At first, I will admit, we dismissed the notion. So many scientists have tried and failed to interact with the gate network. But now, the dormant gate at Heretic's End is showing infrequent but undeniable signs of activity. This may or may not be related to the Boron experiments, but the timings coincide too starkly to ignore. If the Boron have truly succeeded in manipulating the jump gate, the consequences are beyond significant. But let us not get ahead of ourselves. This expedition was tasked with resolving the many unknowns of this situation. We could be reuniting with our Boron Brethren. Equally, we could find ourselves welcoming a fleet of Xenon destroyers. Everybody, stay alert.
Time for one final equipment calibration. We have to make sure that everything is in order.
Alright, welcome to X4 Kingdom's End. I was trying not to talk during that whole intro, but it was very hard with Heretic's End, as it calls it that. That's what kind of ruined the cinematic appeal of the transporter. But, welcome to Kingdom End. Here is our little Argon Discoverer. We are a member of the Alliance of the Word, which, as he mentioned,
Explorer, perhaps your attention is best focused on the task in hand. Why do you not scout ahead?
Makes sense, we're in a scout ship. Might as well scout. Let's check what we know of the galaxy. So we know Trinity Sanctum, which is where the Alliance of the Word is roughly based. Over there, our relations with people are all zeros. Kind of interesting. I think the Alliance of the Word would be more of a +0 considering we're like a member of them or something. Let's change this logo to literally anything else because I hate this one. Let's be the butterfly. That seems like a fun one.
Unknown object.
It doesn't really look inactive. No, because I'm not in Heretic's End. Alright, Morningstar 3. Okay. What travel engines are these? Played in a day or two. There we go. They are Kaladi, okay.
Entering
That's
system.
nice.
Heretic's End.
Alright.
Attention! Denizens of Heretic's End! Please evacuate the designated area immediately!
That posted top. What is the voice actor's name?
What's going on? Sir, we are picking up an unusually high energy signature.
It seems like a Terran.
Oh! Whoa!
Goodness me! It worked! I made the jump! Ha-ha! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Excuse me, traveler!
Did you hear the Alliance broadcast? I wonder, would you be interested in collaborating with one of the greatest scientific minds of our time?
I love this
I
guy.
am Bozo Tar. As far as I am aware, I am the only Boron this side of the network schism. I am currently in the market for some personal assistance. Should you be interested, please do come for a face-to-face chat.
Or was
When
he
you have
already in
time,
there?
of course.
Alright. Well, that's convenient, so you don't have to do the HQ quest for the millionth time. Alright, let's check out this gate.
Empty space. Unknown station. Empty space.
Wow, look at the gate.
Vulture. Vulture. Vanguard.
Looks
Jump
like
gate.
already standing by to make profit.
Of course, everyone is welcome to attend the investigation, though please do remain at a safe distance until the risks are more clear.
So many ships! I cannot believe we are actually here, ready to witness something truly historic.
The Terrans parked a carrier in here.
The Terran Secret Service has been alerted to potential gate activity. The Intervention Corps has been ordered to undertake a threat assessment with regard to the potential impact on Sol territories. We can only guarantee everyone's safety as long as the expedition remains close to the intervention fleet. However, we advise everyone to stay clear of our firing arcs.
Initial scans indicate some activity. We will need to get closer for a more thorough read on the situation. Mission Specialist, approach the gate nacelle and interface with it to initialize a direct data stream for our onboard science team.
I figured that's me.
Affirmative.
Oh, nope, it's Lexi.
Approaching the jump gate. Activating scanner. Accessing nacelle.
Data stream is initialized. It looks like... Fall back. The energy is spiking.
Battle stations, prepare to engage. Nothing? Well then, Intervention Corps, prepare for traversal.
The expedition shall follow close behind. Mission Specialist, remain here and establish an outpost to derive a complete reading of the gate's coordinate data.
On it, sir. Godspeed, everyone.
Alright. Passage activated jump gate.
Pelican. Wayfind. Vulture. Intervention Corps.
They don't really like me,
Jump gate. Unknown sector.
but that's okay. See, my only defense is speed, so I might as well get as fast as possible, just in case I already know.
Entering system. Watchful gaze.
Preliminary scans indicate that this system is uninhabited. No sign of boron or any other kind of life,
This isn't keeping them in.
biological or artificial.
This cannot be true. Are you certain that the sensors are not malfunctioning? It has been so long. I really thought this might be the day I finally reconnect with my kin of the Fin.
Take heart, Boron Exile. You may yet be a step closer to your reunion. Explorer, we need some detailed system mapping. The task is in your hands. There is much to learn here.
quiet. Well, it looks like there's mining opportunities with a lot of asteroids. Although, oh. Yeah, there's a little bit of gases. Garbage sunlight. Profoundly tranquil system. Watchful gaze is shrouded in a purple haze of stillness. Yep, it's a whole new system we've never been to before. And it doesn't really have a lot. Oh, and it's got pirates. Nice. Like every system ever. There's our gases. Curiosity, we got what? 555?
Preliminary data has identified some points of potential interest. We are having trouble locking on to exact locations at this range. See if you can pinpoint them for us.
Okay.
Derelict ship.
Oh my! Could that be?
By the Trinity, a Boron vessel.
My instinct says we should take a closer look.
This is definitely boron. Didn't mean to hit that. Quite fascinating. I'm expecting
Your ship's
something,
sensors are picking up a weak
yeah.
energy signature amongst the debris. Assistant, I think you should suit up and investigate.
Ah, yes. I am the assistant again.
Discoverer Vanguard. Derelict ship.
See if you can repair the panel to gain access.
So that's on the other side. Aha! Closer. Not a lot of room in here.
Container.
Encrypted report.
Running decryption and reconstruction algorithm. The data data is woefully incomplete, but it appears that this was an outpost of some kind. There are signs of an attack from several directions.
Man,
It seems that
attack,
the
I feel
operators
like
would have had little, if any, time to react. How frustratingly peculiar. I am forwarding all of this to our esteemed expedition commander. Perhaps he can garner more clues. I have my doubts, though.
Docking granted.
You long kind, sir? Our team confirms that the Heretic's endgame does indeed contain the coordinates to the Kingdom End system. The timing cannot be coincidental, can it? Just after we received word from the Boron? Is it possible that their experiments were somehow related to the gate reinitialization?
Coordinates and timing are relevant, but not conclusive. The fact of the matter is that this is definitely not Kingdom End. Interstellar messenger drones are not the fastest form of communication. We do not know what has occurred on the Boron side since their last message. Theoretically, a connection between the two gates is possible, but that is just a theory. It could well be that the systems were linked in the distant past.
Yes. Unfortunately, a theoretical compatibility does not mean much in itself. If activating or reprogramming these gates were easy, I am certain I would have overcome the challenges long ago.
The split didn't exactly give you a choice over your research focus. Could this be the Boron? Could they really have unlocked jump gate technology?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. At this point, any further hypothesis would be mere speculation. Until we have more evidence, keep your ideas off general comms. If you must elaborate your theories, feel free to put them in writing.
Writing, alright.
Empty space.
Hold on. I think I am picking up. Oh no, never mind that. Nothing of interest here. This system's peculiar conditions make getting accurate readings rather troublesome.
I mean, it's like empty.
Explorer, you have an unidentified ship on an intercept trajectory. This is our first contact in the newly open network. We have no idea of who they are, or their intentions. Investigate, and if possible make contact, but maintain vigilance.
Unknown ship.
Alright. Piranha.
Oh my! Aliens! Please, do not be afraid. I shall disengage my armament. Greetings. I am so pleased to make your acquaintance.
Incredible! Finally, contact with our aquatic allies.
Your parents.
Also, Ta, are you receiving this?
One moment, please. I am just finishing up some calculations. What did you say? A boron? Truly? A living, buoyant boron? Are my ocular sensor organs deceiving me? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Bozo Ta, and I can barely recall another boron face. I have been riven from my people for that long. Will you please deign to share your time with me?
I am Lima T, adventurer extraordinaire. I would be delighted to spend time with you.
As appointed delegate of the Alliance of the Word, please allow me to extend my greetings to you and your people. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Neela T.
I do not have any official capacity as such, but it is marvelous to be seeing actual people from beyond the disconnected gates. How did you get here? Has a gate reopened? Are we connected once more? Oh, I knew it would have to happen eventually. What joyous news!
Momentous news indeed. Although we are less than clear on how this has occurred. There was speculation that the Boron triggered the gate reinitialization. Messages from your scientists indicated that they were working on such a task. Please, can you direct us towards Kingdom End?
You were in contact with Kingdom End? That is marvelous news. It has been decades since we were cut off. We have heard nothing in all that time. The severing of the connection with Nishala has been indescribably distressing for all of us.
My system is in profound turmoil. To meet a fellow Boron after all these years is an incandescent joy. But to find that you, too, are cut off from the homeworld is a misery.
More than you know, Bosotar. We have all mourned this loss.
But without access to Kingdom End, your Queen and Parliament, how do you govern yourselves?
After the severance, there was a period of chaos, until a royal steward was appointed. I have had dealings with him.
Through those suits.
It would be my pleasure to make an introduction.
We must make haste. There is much to be discussed with your leadership.
Follow me, you cavalcade of curious creatures.
A Boron society not headed by a queen? This is somewhat hard to fathom.
Well, you're not governed by it.
Indeed, Bosotar.
It's also by
From your
himself.
own experience, you understand the pain of separation. I doubt that the species appreciate the biological depth of our harmonious societal interconnection. It was worse than it is now. It used to be that all our systems were isolated. Severed, not just from Kingdom End, the Queen and homeworld Nishala, but also from each other. Fortunately, several of our systems reconnected to each other eventually, but none received word from home. Reorganization became a necessity. The provinces adrift, as we call ourselves, were only ever intended to be temporary, but under the royal steward, it has grown into a comprehensive governing body. But some of us have never given up on Kingdom End. Your communication with the homeworld is momentous in the extreme. Not a soul in these systems has found evidence of where the Kingdom End even still exists.
I gotta gave me a ship that's quite a bit slower than the ship I'm supposed to follow. Oh, the life travels up. There's a gate. And already there is a gas miner from the Zyarf. That's a little immersion breaking. A lot of those ships just spawn. Let's check the messages. Let's see what we got. Alright. Oh boy, we got a lot there. We'll probably
Jump
check
gate,
that out.
unknown sector.
Goodness! Someone from beyond our realm. Surely this indicates that our reports are correct. The once dormant gate has indeed resumed its function and brought our province into alignment with our erstwhile allies. You must realize what this means. All the resources of the Commonwealth are now within reach. At long last, a chance to end the shortages. Pick up the pace.
Alright.
I must warn you, the provinces adrift are not awash with the luxuries of the old kingdom. The pain of severance has been constant, but our economy has also suffered. The shortages of essential goods have cut deeply. Reconnection with the network may alleviate some of these issues, at least.
Sturgeon.
Jump gate, unknown sector.
Alright. New sector. Ah yes, the glorious autosave.
Entering system. Barren shores.
Oh, here we go. This is one of the Boron stations. So, defense platform. Alright. gas cloud. They are a very similar color to Hatifa.
Neela T, you bring us guests, outsiders, with a fleet no less. What have you been up to?
More than that, Royal Steward, I bring momentous news. The fleet, this Paranid-led fleet, it came from the Dormant Gate in watchful gaze. They have communicated with Kingdom Ends. They have no Kingdom End gate, but they have communication. We are connected to the network once more.
My word, if
the delegation seeks an audience. May I?
Yes, of course. There is so much to discuss, so much to consider.
Royal Steward, would it be in order for me to accompany the delegation?
I'm sure you have other things to do. Diplomacy is not the same thrill as exploration.
Please, Royal Steward, with your permission.
Of course, Neela T. By all means, accompany the delegation.
Explorer, you have displayed some usefulness thus far. I'm tasking you with joining us in meeting the Royal Steward. I may have need of your insights.
Alright.
You have clearly made an impression on the expedition commander. I sense you are becoming more central to his plans. Join the delegation. Watch this Royal Steward. I have some experiments to attend to, though I shall keep an eye on you.
Okay, so this is the new...
Successfully.
A Boron capital ship. In all my days. A perfect equilibrium of function and ergonomics. And with such flair. My current abode is penurious in comparison.
Up there. I do love these sideways docks. They're such a creative way of having ships come out the side and deal with the AI pathing.
My ropalium near explodes with the joy of welcoming esteemed visitors. This historic occasion is the first of its kind. I am Leda V, Royal Steward of the Provinces Adrift. On behalf of Her Majesty the Queen, and as her loyal servant, it is my profound pleasure to welcome an emissary of the Paranid Empire. And once business is out of the way, I insist you join me on a more informal tour.
Esteemed Royal Steward Leda Wee, thank you for your most gracious welcome. You must forgive me. I, Numunkaret, am no Empire emissary. I represent the Alliance of the Word, a diplomatic forum and scientific organization funded by various races across the network.
My, but do you have letters patent from the Empire? The provinces adrift are in dire straits. We must negotiate terms of assistance.
I am compelled to reiterate, I do not speak for the Paranid authorities. Though we do bring news which may bring joy. We have been in communication with Kingdom End. Limited fragile communication, but communication nevertheless. Some months ago we received word from your homeworld. It was heartening to discover that the Boron Core has survived the shutdown, and learn of their most ambitious endeavor. Their entire scientific resources are focused on understanding and manipulating jump gate technology. We humbly request your permission to investigate the dormant jump gates in your territory, and to set up a scientific outpost in the region, should that be required.
There are so many implications to consider. This really is momentous. I am afraid I must decline your request, for now. We cannot be precipitous.
By the glistening waters of Nishala!
I fail to understand. We ask for no more than your permission. We certainly have no wish to be a drain on your resources.
Leda Wee, they are trying to connect us with Kingdom End. They have communications.
Neela T, this obsession with finding home is entirely yours. You may have the luxury of gallivanting around the galaxy in search of miracles, but I I have responsibilities. I have the welfare of billions of souls to consider. Our guests have already made clear that the outside network, with all its resources, has been unable to connect with our homeworld. The priority at this juncture is the welfare of our people, and I shall not be distracted from that.
Honored host, we will of course expedite communications with the governments of the network. I am sure emissaries are preparing as we speak. Yet, if we could simply...
Enough, please. I understand your request, but I do not think you understand what is at stake. Please have patience, but for now, the matter is settled.
Outrageous! The Boron Queen's government itself is racing to reconnect, and you decline to facilitate? What kind of royal steward are you?
Please.
There is nothing to be gained from trading insults.
This is absurd. Our work is of the utmost importance. Your obduracy is beyond me. I shall take my leave. Heading to the dock, awaiting pickup.
That certainly could have gone better, but all may not be lost.
There's a couple theories here. You could assume the worst in Lita Wee, and have it be like, oh, he wants to maintain his power as royal steward or whatnot. Probably should talk to Lita. Talk to Adventurer Extraordinaire.
The steward and I have had our differences in the past, but I had no idea. I am so very sorry you had to witness that embarrassingly discordant display. Leader Wee and I disagree on much, but he is not a bad person. You know, he is just scared.
What's he afraid of?
He is scared of falling short. He carries the weight of the expectations of the entire provinces. He wants to keep everyone safe, and I think he fears that your expedition will exacerbate an already dangerous situation. Yes, fraught with danger. The provinces lie uncomfortably close to Kark territory. When Sanctuary of Darkness first connected to the provinces, it triggered regular attacks. We barely managed to protect ourselves with the meager military that we could cobble together. Thankfully, the waves have calmed for now. The Kark incursions eventually ceased. All attempts to communicate with these enigmatic creatures have failed, so I would hesitate to call it a ceasefire. It is more of a lull in hostilities. As you can imagine, the situation remains rather fragile.
In true X fashion, the cock ruined everything.
Oh, you took note of that, did you? Time after time I approach Leader Wee for the resources to find our way back home, but he has come to the conclusion that efforts spent on this endeavor come at an immediate cost to our people. I would hate for you to get the impression that I do not care for my fellow Boron here. Out on the fringes, I am truly seeking to make a difference for the people. Serving the Queen's subjects is a duty for me. You see, I do not like to draw too much attention to it, but I myself am the progeny of stranded minor royals. Before you bow or anything like that, I am not part of the direct line of succession, and that is not how our monarchy works in any case. Yet, it drives me to find a path back home, for the people to once again delight in a reunited, merry realm.
Alright.
Pleasant travels. Hello again, explorer.
Did it not
Yes,
practice?
fraught with danger. The provinces lie uncomfortably close to Kark territory. When Sanctuary of Darkness first connected to the provinces, it triggered regular attacks. We barely managed to protect ourselves with the meager military that we could cobble together. Thankfully, the waves have calmed for now. The Kark incursions eventually ceased. All attempts to communicate with these enigmatic creatures have failed, so I would hesitate to call it a ceasefire. It is more of a lull in hostilities. As you can imagine, the situation remains rather fragile. Pleasant travels.
Okay. Let's go to the Pyramid.
Who does this fool think he is? Does he not understand the gravity of our mission? Withholding his consent? We shall continue without it if necessary.
Patience towards the closed-minded.
Why do you think I remain on this fool's dock? And who are you to tell me to calm
He didn't
myself?
like that.
I appreciate your contributions to our mission, but do not forget that I remain your superior. I must clear my head of the fool's petulance before I return to my post. Yes, you are right. That much is obvious. I cannot help but wonder if there's more to the issue than that. Perhaps he is overly attached to his role as Prime Administrator of the provinces. A reunion with Kingdom End would inevitably result in him having to relinquish power and standing. Ah, I understand. He is worried that our presence will stir up an infestation of the Chitterers. The Alliance of the Word is certainly prepared to provide assurances that our investigation will not leave him exposed to Ka'ak attacks.
We even had correct pronunciation there. Well, that's something. I kinda lose rep for that too.
Ah, the silent one from our disappointing introduction. From time to time, I spend the waking nights pondering the very same question. It would be misleading to cast blame for all our miseries on the Great Shutdown. In fact, when we were first riven from the wider network, the vast majority of our boron systems remained connected between themselves. Isolated from external threats, we commenced a new age of reflection and scientific endeavor. And while this period of peace brought the wealth of Kingdom End to fabulous new heights, we were not complacent. Resources were stockpiled throughout the Queendom, a precautionary measure. Oh, we thought we were prepared, yet in truth we were far from it. We Boron are inherently connected to each other, you see. We thrive on a collective sort of innate affinity. Once that connection was severed, each system found itself in complete isolation. Things fell apart quite quickly, I'm afraid to say. Productivity collapsed catastrophically. Stockpiles were depleted far more rapidly than anticipated, and there was no way to replenish them. After years of disarray, Great Reef finally reconnected with barren shores. Later, it was joined by several other systems. The provinces adrift were founded, but by then the damage was done. We still lacked crucial resources. I contend that it was the collective psychological toll of the severance that caused this, more so than the evident logistical challenges posed by the shutdown.
That is interesting. Are you okay? Let's go. Okay, there's a whole decision tree going on here.
Your commendable commitment to peace is as welcome as it is unexpected. The Alliance of the Word is to be lauded for its respect for our peaceful ways. I am fully aware of Neela T's royal connections. Is it your opinion of me that I am some petty functionary who can be bought and sold, bribed by the highest bidder?
I haven't unlocked the dialogue
me,
option I
and you misjudge Neela T. For all our disagreements, I cannot conceive that she would be party to such a grubby approach. Of course I desire the return of the provinces adrift to the warm embrace of the homeworld. But what kind of servant would I be if I did so at the expense of the welfare of those under my charge? This is all terribly challenging. My instinct is that your expedition is honest in its intent. However, I find your judgment questionable. Well, I feel that I must allow you to proceed in your mission.
Okay,
However,
we found a solution.
I ask of you, do not make me regret this.
So it looks like you have to, you're supposed to talk to him first, then Nyla, and that now unlocks
With the
dialogue
gate and
option.
watchful gaze reactivated, to our knowledge, only 3 more dormant gates remain in province space. One is located in Ocean of Fantasy, another in Barren Shores. The final one was discovered by scouts in Sanctuary of Darkness. If Sanctuary of Darkness sounds foreboding, you may find that the name is fitting. It is host to a significant Ka'ak infestation. Even uttering the name makes my fins tingle. Yet I must remain firm on the matter. Do not, under any circumstances, engage with the Cog. Every interaction with them results in horrific conflict.
You have our word, Leader Wee. We shall do everything in our power to avoid undue provocation.
Thank you. And may I bestow upon you a gift? We have prepared for you a fighter ship. A humble gift, but hopefully it will be of use to you in the times ahead.
Explorer, you have done well to secure access for us to continue our mission. Please, claim the scout ship as your own. May it serve you well.
Boron Mako. This is a little... Is there not like a walkway? I guess it's over there. Okay, this is a little bit of a thing. There's no actual walkway. That's fine. The Boron Mako. Or Mako. I mean, where's the ladder movement?
Mako.
Alright.
We need to investigate the dormant gates to formulate the next step of our expedition.
I am already familiar with the gate in Ocean of Fantasy. If you supply me with the necessary equipment, and provide me with a few pointers as to what exactly I am to do, it would be my deepest pleasure to assist.
Excellent. The Alliance shall investigate barren shores. That only leaves the matter of the final gate, the location of which is somewhat more precarious. Explorer, you have excelled thus far. Put that new fighter of yours to good use, and find Sanctuary of Darkness. It seems that you are best suited to this task.
Really nice travel speed. I'm a little curious with Boron engines, how these guys compare.
All the times I dreamt of being reunited with my fellow Boron, it never crossed my mind that they might be in such impoverished circumstances. I know that the Alliance has received communications from Kingdom End, but those were dispatched decades ago. Hopefully, they have fared better than the Boron here. I am curious about the contents of their message. Just how much of their preliminary findings have they shared with their Alliance counterparts? Once we have gained access to both gates' data, maybe the Alliance really intends to conduct experiments from our side too. Trying to manipulate gates would be an incredibly involved undertaking. Yet it seems as though Numankaret is single-minded about the whole endeavor. Can you imagine the possibilities that would be open to us if we could manipulate these gates at will?
So this is interesting. So it looks like the Boron, if I'm reading this, don't have combat or travel engines. They just have their all-round engines. What's nice about that is this is an all-round engine that has like travel level speed and has a no travel charge time like a combat engine. It's got a decent boost. It's probably not as exceptional as a combat engine or a travel engine at their particular things, but it's a really good all-round engine. Here we have Mark II all-round thrusters on this, which gives it pretty good maneuverability. The Mark II shield compared to, well, there's a Terran in Mark I. Has great capacity, fantastic recharge, and a good recharge delay. And then the weapons. We have an ion Gatling and a phase gun. So the ion Gatling, alright, does 40 damage against a shielded target and 14 damage against an unshielded target and fires 6.55 rounds per second. It also has light drive disruption. So on impact, this weapon decreases speed for a short period of time. The effect is most noticeable against small ships, less so on medium and capital ships. So it deals a lot of shield damage and it slows. Good range, good speed. Alright, and then we also have a phase gun, slightly lower velocity, much lower rate of fire. How's the heat build up? Heat build up's a little bit better, which is nice, because that means that you're firing one of each. This will overheat. Hopefully by then their shields are down, and you still have a few more shots out of this. This does 64 damage to a shielded target, and 144 to an unshielded target. Yeah, they made boron weapons unique to boron ships, which is very interesting. And this thing has 15 nav beacons for some reason. Alright. We have a
Thanks to the newly opened trade routes, we have commenced rebuilding our shipyard. You are, of course, most welcome to aid us in our undertaking. Your efforts will, of course, be lucratively compensated.
I have arrived at my designated inactive gate. I shall commence taking readings immediately.
Yeah, this ship is very maneuverable. Wow. Gate over there. Great Reef, and looks like Ocean of Fantasy, which is the sector we've been exploring in our Farnham's Legacy playthrough. If you haven't seen that on my channel, it's available. Where I try to go through X3 Farnham's Legacy only using boron ships, and I start in a little octopus, which is always a
unknown
smart
object
life decision. Alright. Does not appear to have that much. There's a station over there I should have.
entering system. Sanctuary of Darkness.
Sanctuary of Darkness. According to our archives, there was once a Xenon presence hereabouts in the network. I wonder what befell them.
Oh, is that so? Then we were quite lucky that our systems were not connected directly to a Xenon stronghold. There is no way we would have survived, given the state of our military.
Now, see if you can locate the inactive gate in this system.
Be careful. Take great care when navigating. We must honor our word and avoid the cut. You will also need to be cautious of the region's other hazards. I recommend that you stick close to the asteroids. They seem to be an exceptional indicator of where your ship will not be harmed.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect to suddenly get roasted. Okay. Let's try to repair real quick.
Mako.
Fascinating stuff. Come on, repair laser. destroyed this brand new fighter I got. Should have been less unfortunate.
Docking granted.
That looks like it. Alright, amboing.
Danger. Hazardous region detected. Hull damaged.
Oh, please make it.
Hull critical.
Oh!
Ejecting.
Well, that was less than interesting. I never like sectors like these. Let's try that again and not fly into the clouds of death that have no visual indicator whatsoever.
Entering system. Sanctuary of Darkness.
Sanctuary of Darkness. According to our archives, there was once a Xenon presence hereabouts in the network. I wonder what befell them.
Oh, is that so? Then we were quite lucky that our systems were not connected directly to a Xenon stronghold. There is no way we would have survived, given the state of our military.
Now, see if you can locate the inactive gate in this system.
Be careful. Take great care when navigating. We must honor our word and avoid the cock. You will also need to be cautious of the region's other hazards. I recommend that you stick close to the asteroids. They seem to be an exceptional indicator of where your ship will not be armed.
Oh, so this is really... Let's turn off volumetric frog. That seems to be the big one. So I know that's like the #1 graphic setting when it comes to frame rate. Okay, one we can see now, and two, the frame rate feels better. What is this? Asteroid. Yes, it is an asteroid. Right there. Question is, where's our path? Looks like the path is right here, according to the middle.
Danger.
Angry cloud. Try this. Great sunlight here. Okay. Looks like this is the path. Here the mineral path splits. It goes right and it goes left. Looks like the gate's to the left. Oh, I guess this is why you have 15 nav beacons, so you can drop them like through the sector. Might end up doing that on our way back. watch us get like right next to the gate, and then there's gonna be a pocket of gas right there that kills you, so you have to go this way all the way around or something.
Danger.
Did I call it? Because I don't think you can go through here. So far, okay. It runs out. Or maybe not. Okay. There's another highway. Right there. Now it looks like that's probably where the gate is.
Danger.
Okay. Did I just get unlucky?
Danger.
Go lower. I don't want to backtrack. Okay, yeah, I just had to go lower.
Here it is. Approach the jump gate in the cell. Try to get a reading.
Now the other operative had a way easier time, Yeah, their jump gate wasn't surrounded by noxious gas that incinerates your ship.
Danger.
That was a guess, but it worked. I'd love to turn, but I haven't figured that gas that will kill me. So it looks like there's probably 2 ways, considering this leads off. Oh, 3 ways maybe. Come over the other back. This might loop around back here, which might be an easier path. I don't know. Here's that highway again.
Each jump gate has 2 pairs of nacelles. They act as caches for storing operational data, among many other things. We're still not very familiar with this technology, or who created it, but thanks to recent scientific advancements, we are able to make sense of some of the information that we are retrieving. It seems apparent that some of the data likely represents the coordinates of other jump gates. Whether this means that these gates were connected in the distant past is mere conjecture. Perhaps the builders had reasons unknown to us for certain gates to hold, special compatibility. The vast majority of the data in these caches remains a vexing mystery to us all.
There's a lot of theories with this. You know, what caused the jump gate shut down to begin with? One good theory.
Everything we can access from this facility. Move on to the one on the opposite side.
Randomly get blasted by lightning. One good theory though is like it's just stellar drift. And the jump gates are reconnecting and recalibrating themselves, and the network is slightly different because the stars have drifted and they're in different positions. Although I feel like if it was something so simple,
looks rather promising.
these advanced races would know that.
To our science team as we speak.
So makes you think maybe it's something a little bit more complicated. Scanning 5/1. Is that intentional? No, decryption camp number 514. Decryption failed. Partial failure. Abort.
Oh my! I am picking up a worrisome fluctuation in energy signatures.
Forager.
Alright.
Forager.
Oh yeah, their shield mills.
Forager. Forager.
Damn thing hit me with its corpse. It's rude.
You fought bravely, Explorer.
Yes, your display of skill was altogether impressive.
I held down the fire button.
Communication does not result in a more severe and unwelcome reaction.
Your science team has pored over the data that Neela T was able to lift from the cache. While we have not yet completed our examination of the Sanctuary of Darkness cache, it is quite obviously the most promising of the gates. Despite the additional challenges the Ka'ak will represent.
More dangerous, perhaps. But I'm afraid that things are not going well in Ocean of Fantasy either. The system's planet is devastated and completely uninhabitable.
Oh no.
Perhaps, once the provinces have re-established their economy, they can attempt some terraforming. For now, this expedition needs you to map out safe passage for a larger fleet to navigate through Sanctuary of Darkness. You can use nav beacons to determine an appropriate route. Just stay clear of the Ka'ak installations. And other hazardous regions, obviously. For a better overview of the task in hand, do not hesitate to consult your map.
Alright. I think we'll call that for this episode. And the start of the next episode, we'll go ahead and get this nav beacon half deployed through this dangerous sector. And hopefully find where Oz Kingdom ends.